Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jay Thomas Comedy Hour. We're on Jay's turf now. He's been hard at work seeking out the best comedians New Orleans has to offer, and he's bringing them to you live. So, grab yourself a bowl of fun-sized candy and prepare for a hilarious hour with Jay Thomas and his staff. 8 of New Orleans' greatest comedians, according to Jay. Sounds from the streets of New Orleans and a few spooky surprises, all in front of a live studio audience. It's the Jay Thomas Show. All right, fellas, hit it.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Stop it. Stop it. Thank you. Wow. Wow. Nothing like inviting people that know me for free to a fucking little concert. Thank you very, very much. You know, I got all kind of shit in my hands. I didn't ask for any help at all. I mean, what are you dressed as, by the way? Yeah. Okay. I tell you what, I need you to hold this for a second. For those of you listening on Sirius XM 94, we're in New Orleans at the Basin Street Station that the Valentino family has wonderfully brought us shoes. Bar mitzvahs, weddings, comedy shows, any sort of event you'd like to have, and you stay at one of their fabulous hotels at the same time. Now, tonight, I know you are. Tonight, what I've done is I have found some. Don't go anywhere, please. Stand right there. I have found. Do I act the same on the radio as I am right now? Yeah, sort of a little bitchy, little. I just had to ask the comedians in the back if their parents knew who I was, because none of them have any idea who I am. So, but I started here in New Orleans, and I guess I've told the story before, but I wanted to be a stand-up comedian. Is my brother here tonight? No, he's not. My brother didn't make it? No. All right. He's got clients. It's it's the weekend. So I told my parents, I guess I was going to typing school, and it was the YMCA there at Robert E. Lee with the big statue, that they're going to take down and put up Colonel Sanders or somebody up there instead. So there's now the hotel there. And I went to typing school, and then I won the Jesuit talent show, and my brother said, "You look like a professional comedian." And I would imitate Bill Cosby and Woody Allen, like 2 pedophiles. I don't know why I chose them. I didn't know. So then I thought, well, I'll go down. The only place is like clubs on Bourbon Street. So I would touch the edge of the YMCA, and if you go to the Modern Hotel, every time I would touch the edge. Not so much that I was a Catholic. I didn't want to lie to my dad. My dad was like, didn't lie. My mother lied all the time, so it didn't make any difference about my mother. But so I would touch the edge of the thing, and then I'd go into the French Quarter, and I would say, can I tell jokes? And I did it at some hootenanny place, I believe, first. And then I started doing these little strip clubs. So I would go in the strip clubs, and I was like 17, and the guy says to me, look, when the cops come, you have to get onto the stage. So, and the stage was really kind of high, and they had women that danced and stuff. And so there were underage strippers also. So when the cops would come to check IDs, we would all get under the stage together. And I wasn't interested in sex. I was only, these comics back there, you're only interested in your act. You're thinking, you're memorizing and all. So I would get under there, and I guess they rubbed against me, or I was, emissions began to happen that I wasn't aware of. And so I went home, and my brother was eating ice cream, and my mother was on the couch. And I came in, and she said, how was typing class? And I said, fine. And I'm like this, and there was apparently a huge spot, right on my crotch. And my brother, the asshole that is, what's that? And I said, what? And I looked, and there it was. And I really didn't know it had happened. It was, who comes under a stage? I don't know how even you describe it. So it was there. You enjoying this story? Good. So it's going to be over in a second. So I immediately, my mother kept saying, why would you, oh my God, John, why would you have a spot on your, right there on your pants? I said, Mom, in typing class, there's this thing that when you make a mistake, you get this liquid and you put this liquid and then you type over it and it corrects the typing. And my mother and my brother went, really? Oh, what's that? And I said, yeah, that's the. What's funny is whiteout hadn't been invented yet. So I actually knew something was going to happen. And it does smell like semen if you really put your nose. So that's my story. That's my heartwarming story. Not all these stories are funny. They're heartwarming, some of them are heartwarming. So now we're going to have this costume contest tonight, and we'll have the 7 great comedians. And then I just finished doing an episode of NCIS New Orleans where I played, is the executive producer of the show here? Are you? Is he here? Supposed to come tonight? Is he here? He gave us these scripts, and so you'll win a script that has my character, and I will sign it for you, but I won't be able to release it until November 10th, because you'll see at the end whether I live or die. And so, but I'll give you that. That's a real script that, yeah, who cares? And so, it's about the contest. So you want to be in the contest? All right, we'll do a little heat, we'll get finalists. So you'll come first. What is your name?
Bobby Bailey.
And where are you from?
Originally here.
And did you go online to get tickets to the show?
Yes, I did.
Well, that's wonderful. And you listen to the show all the time.
You're the reason why I'm on Sirius right now.
Wow, we'll get right over here. I love hearing all of that. Jesus Christ. I'm in room 603 of the Lafayette Hotel. Wear that costume, all right? Who else is dressed as something? Who else is dressed? Come on up here. I need a table or a chair or...
I was helping you out.
You know what? I don't need a lot of talking when I'm doing something. All right, here we... By the way, for those of you listening all over the world, the United States and everywhere else, not everybody with a costume. You 3 are good. You 3 are good. Come on up. You want to put the whole costume on? Hold these for you. Where are you from?
Houston.
Did you drive from Houston?
Did.
Oh, my God. That's incredible. Are you the driver?
I am.
Wow. Wait. All right. Move forward. And you're dressed as what again? Is it Bobby?
Bobby, I'm a zombie hippie.
Excuse me a second. I don't want you here. No, I'm not ready for you yet. You guys go down. You'll be the second heat. Get back. Go back down. You're not dressed as anything. You just came from the fucking hospital. Get back down there. You're his patient. Okay, we'll go down with him and be more patient. All right, thank you. So we're going to have heats. By the way, has anybody here never heard of me, never heard of the radio show, never saw me on TV? Anybody, I don't care who it is, just clap. Assholes. So what I'm doing means nothing to you. And then we went to see a guy, we didn't know who he was an idiot. So now, you'll win this fabulous gift. And what we're going to do is what is your name?
David.
What are you supposed to be?
I am dressed as the way my parents conceived me.
Your father wore this outfit to screw your mother to have you.
That's what I'm guessing, yes.
Let me guess. His mother wore that outfit. Could you come over here, please? Were they with the circus?
Absolutely.
They were with the circus.
They are.
You're from Houston also.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, now, and you are what? What is your costume?
Oh, a zombie hippie.
Okay. What'd you think? I was saying, are you a lesbian or something? I wasn't going to say that. Come over here. And you are what? Come on over here, Bob. Okay. Well, you're working right into 603. Let's hear it for Bobby, who is the zombie hippie. This is the heat. This is like a preliminary. All right, thank you. Bobby, right over there. Thank you. David?
Yes, sir.
You are as your father dressed when he can... Was he a drug dealer?
I think he was. I'm not sure. Maybe
Or an Elvis impersonator, right? Right.
a little side money to get through school.
He didn't really dress like this.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So let's hear it for David, who's dressed as his father. You know, we might ought to have... Do we have couples that are dressed as the same thing? Yes. Oh, we have the patient and the doctor. You see, I'm glad you sat down. Now I thought of a new contest. So we'll have individual prizes, And then we'll have the couple. Come on. Would you like to be a couple or would you want to be individual? All right, step forward, please. In the couples category, well, now that means we have to bring a couple up and we have to bring another single up. Otherwise, it's not a heat. So come on up. What, you're a single, are you? Oh, you're a couple. All right. Well, don't start with she's gorgeous. You'll lose. It's about winning. What is your name?
I'm Jessica.
And you're dressed as what?
Cecil the lion.
Wow, the one that was shot.
Yes. And then beheaded.
Wow. What are you like? You're like what? ISIS? Is that who you are? You're the dentist
That shot Cecil.
Okay. And what is your name?
Kevin,
And where are you from?
from Memphis.
Wow, you came all the way from Memphis?
We did, yes.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? You've got to really be quiet. So these people have traveled from Memphis, Tennessee, and these folks have come from Houston. And by the way, if you're listening on the radio, David, what would you describe your costume as quickly?
I would say a hippie.
You are so inventive. It's amazing. I saw it. And
Free spirit.
Say I'm wrapped in aluminum foil.
You're wrapped in aluminum foil. I like that. And Cecil the lion, it's like a ballerina dress.
Yeah, it's something.
And you have the lion on your nose.
Yes.
And the little.
I've got ears and I have a tail somewhere.
And you have the tail. Well, we'll hunt for that later. Yeah. Okay, and a hunting.
I am tagged.
All right. And you are
Just dressed like a dentist.
a dentist. All right, here we go. Let's hear it for couple number one. Boy, that's about as polite as you can get, isn't it? That was a very sympathy clap. For the lion that was murdered, head was chopped off. Thank you very much. You are a finalist, all right? So just sit down over there. Now I feel sorry for you. All right, all right. Now we need one other person to come up as a single. Do we have a single? Oh, come on up, please. Thank you very much. And in a few moments, we'll start with one of the 7 terrific comics that I found here in New Orleans, because that's what this is about on Sirius XM 94 Comedy Greats. And then over the weekend, I believe we run at 10 o'clock on Saturday night. We're going to rerun on Raw Dog. Friday night, 10 o'clock on Raw Dog and on 99 Comedy Greats. Would you step over? What is your name?
April.
And you're a devil.
Yes.
And where are you from?
Houston.
Wow, and you drove all the way here also?
Yeah, we drove over.
Oh, that's really cool. That's great. And is that who you're with right there? Uh-huh, I see. Come on over here. No, I'm not kidding you, man. You're like a little scared. Come on over. And you're just the devil.
Yes.
You're just the devil. And you're the hip. Now you can come over. And you're the hippie. All right. The hippie zombie. Here we go. That was a little acting. You were doing a little acting. That's good. If the people from CIS New Orleans come, that's you can play dead. And now the devil. Go ahead. All right. You know what? You don't need to ow and all that. I mean, you're with her. That's stupid to do that. All right. I mean, you drove here. What's that?
Trying to help me win.
All right. All right. Let's hear it again. Wait a minute. I want to get it at the peak. Okay, ready? Here we go. I believe it's a tie, so you will both be finalists, all right? Thank you very much. Don't you know these poor comics back there going, what have we gotten ourselves into with this idiot? So a few years ago, there was a group called The New Movement, and they came from Austin, I believe. And so I went and saw them, and they do sketches and stuff. And then I started seeing this guy around town as a comic. And I will, in a few minutes after we see him, we'll tell you how to get in touch or find him. Ladies and gentlemen, C.J. Hunt. C.J.
Hey everybody, I'm dressed tonight as a confident man. Enjoy. Anyone who's listening on the radio, you're missing. Their audience is just full of such good costumes. I'm excited about the contest. I love that we have Cecil the Lion. We have We have like a pimp in the back. Either that or like a lady at the day at the races. There's like such a small difference between like a pimp and Cruella de Vil, I guess. And my favorite part is that we haven't addressed, there's a guy here with radio this whole time that we're going, who's up for the costume contest? There's a man in the front row with a large black mask and grenades and a realistic AK-47. He's like, I'm not part of the costume contest. It's the most terrifying thing. I just loved watching you chill beforehand, being like, I love the ambiance here. Babe, the candles are great. I'm going to support you when you get up there. It's terrifying. But I think you guys look great. And a lot of nice, tight bodies around. Good bodies. You're welcome. I love the human body. I think it's really amazing. Like just if you look at it, I got out of the shower the other day and I just sort of looked at my body and I was like, oh, snap. Somebody made this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not particularly religious, but if God does exist, human body has to be proof. It's just so well made. And if there is a God, it is very clear that the human scrotum is like the last thing that he made. It's like clearly he got to it and was just tired from the other 6 days and just fucking mailed it in when he got to the scrotum. I can just like picture him in his workshop just like sweeping up. He's just finished the model of the human male. He has that IKEA moment that we all have. He just finds 2 little balls on the ground. It's like, what are these? Oh, shit, these are man's balls. It's supposed to go in the model. Ah, damn it. His best angel's like, God, it's okay. Just open him up again. He's like, no, I'm not going to. I already glued him together. It's the 6th day, angel. Shut up. Look, all right, think. Well, what if we just slap the balls on the outside? What if he just sort of carries his balls around? Yeah, in a sort of bag? Nope, I'm an idiot. He'll lose the bag. Men will be bad with bags. He'll set it down and there will go the human race. Angel's like, I don't know, why don't we just attach the bag to his body? Good, like mittens. He won't lose it that way. And I'm just spitballing here, Angel, but maybe he'll just dangle. Maybe he'll just hang precariously where it could be destroyed by the motion of his own walking. Angel's like, that sounds terrible. Should we maybe give some other protection? Maybe cover it with hair? Kinda. Let's keep it real sparse, though. You know, just enough to communicate the idea. And Angel, what do we have to make it out of, huh? Do we have any more of that old man skin? You know, the stuff that's only good for stinking and itching. Can we just use that? He's like, Angel, I gotta get out of here, man. It's day 6. Can we just... When you're sewing up that sack, leave the seam. Just leave it. It's okay. It's just one weird raw seam, unlike anything else, just running up the middle of his nutsack. Angel's like, surely he'll notice and start asking questions. Well, good. Then the motherfucker will remember that somebody made him. My parents actually made me in similar outfits as you guys. And I'm half black and half Filipino. Anyone else? Cool, everyone else. And if you're not familiar with that mix, it just means that like my penis is huge and it is also made of rice. Sort of weird trade-off we get. I can't go in the rain. And the black side of me wants to always be down with the struggle. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if white people act more white for each other, if it's like, oh, no, man, I love crostini. But for black people, how much you are is your legitimacy. So because I'm half, I always just want to feel down, you know, like feel down with the struggle. So recently I've been really excited about Black Lives Matter. But I kind of feel like the country hasn't made up its mind yet. You know, I kind of feel like we treat police brutality like it's HPV. We're like, yeah, it's here now. You can't stop it. Just don't fuck with the wrong people. You know what I mean? But I'm down with the struggle, so I have an idea of how we could stop police brutality forever, today, here, tonight. What if every time the police shot an unarmed black person, the whole country had to lose one Whole Foods Market? Just one. Stick with me, but every single time. Do you know what I mean? Black teen gets shot, a whole Whole Foods just gets ripped out of the earth, chucked into space. You know, by Christmas, we'd be out of Whole Foods. And that would feel like everybody's problem. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm saying that not as a person of color, but as someone who fucking loves Whole Foods. And I can tell by looking at the audience, you are in my camp, guys. All right? I'm the type of dude who, like, come Sunday when I forget that Whole Foods closes an hour early, I'm just at the door like, is there no justice? Just like throwing mangoes through the window. And I feel like if Whole Foods, if our artisanal grocery stores were just disappearing like that, we wouldn't take it. You know what I mean? We'd strap on our Toms and we'd take to the streets. You know, we'd be like, no justice, no peas. What I mean is that we would like get on Twitter, those of us who know Twitter, and we would shout out like, that Whole Foods didn't deserve it. It came from the right part of town. You know, and of course there'd be trolls. There's always trolls. There's like that dude with 33 Twitter followers. Maybe he didn't grow up around a lot of Whole Foods. Maybe his father's job was taken by a Whole Foods. Do you know what I mean? And he'd be like, good riddance. That Whole Foods stole from people. Salmon should never be that expensive. And we would shut him right down. Do you know what I mean? Like, we'd rise up, we'd be like, artisanal grocery stores matter. And he would be like, all grocery stores matter. All stores matter. Hat stores, pants stores, they all matter. Let's stop talking about them. But we wouldn't stop because there's too many hemp bags on the line. Guys, there's too much that we cared about. We'd like wrangle police and we'd be like, hey man, you gotta cut that shit out because I refuse to live in a world where I can't get organic beet juice every morning. You know, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna get my like carrots at Walmart? There's too many black people there, guys. Thanks, I'm CJ.
CJ Hunt.
Thanks, Dick.
Go to cjhunt.com. Ow, stay right there. CJ, thank you very much. Now,
you.
for the people at home, and it's all over the United States and in Canada and everywhere else, you said you were black and
Filipino.
Describe your color and yourself so that those at home know the shade you would be.
Sure. This is the experience that I
think
have
it's
every
valuable
day.
they would know his shade.
Cool comment, bro.
Really?
Cool comment.
You think you'll bounce from the fourth fucking floor? Okay.
No, it's...
You need to relax. Hold on a minute. Harry, come over here, Harry. I want to show you something. Harry, come over here, Harry. Harry, excuse me 1 second. Harry, you see him?
Where?
Right there. Him right there. Okay, later. All right, go ahead. Right back there. There you go.
Are you Mexican, man?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
weird.
it was a compliment?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was an insult.
Weird.
Oh, that was awful of me to think that.
he
My God.
was reaching out. He was like, you look Mexican. I'm with you, brother. And
Oh,
we were
no,
like...
I didn't get that
Yeah.
at all. I went right for the
I
hate.
know.
I went for the hatred.
I
didn't
know.
I know.
It's one of those things. He's like, dude, you're Mexican. But we heard it like, you're Mexican.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Did I say that or did
no,
he say it?
that happens all the time.
You said it like that.
That happens all the time, man. I'm with you. But then here's this moment. Every time someone has that on the street with me, they're like, you're Mexican, bro. I'm like, I'm not. They're like, get the fuck out of here. So I'm with you. We both look different than most people here.
You look Serbian, really, to be honest. You're light-skinned. You have
get
the
that.
glasses.
We get that.
You really do. Seriously. So now, what part of you? Your father is black. Your
Father's black.
Right.
Mother's Filipino.
Does it make any difference when you look at life genetically? Like did you take things femininely from the Filipino mother? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. From her as a woman.
Yes.
So I
didn't
don't
mean
know.
that, but he said it.
No.
Yes.
But yeah, of
Sounded
course.
politically correct. So yes.
So I don't know. I think she taught me. She passed away when I was young, but she
Oh, boy,
taught
we gotta
me-
go there
no,
with the passing away.
This is
You
something
gotta
that-
say that before you come up. Look,
This
my
is something
mom's
I'm
dead.
proud
Don't
of.
ask.
This is something I'm proud of. I'm not like my mom's dead. I'm like my mom's dead.
You're proud that your mother is dead? It's
No.
like the Mexican guy. You're turning me up here. You're twisting me.
No, she's part of my legacy, but she taught me all like the only Tagalog she ever taught me was just bathroom words.
What is it?
Tagalog, it's like the Filipino language.
Wow.
So the only words she ever taught me were potty words. So whenever I go to the Philippines, I can only connect with like 2-year-old children.
So what do you say in Tagalog? What would it be?
So like TT is penis.
That's what my mother called my penis. I'm not joking.
Connections. We have
No,
connections.
I'm not kidding. So she got that from a Filipino person.
Maybe.
Don't touch your TT. That's what my mother said to me.
Yeah.
No, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
That's really crazy.
My mother was always like, everyone's gonna love your TT.
When I was, were you Catholic? Were you Catholic?
My Filipino family is really Catholic, but I'm not, so it's a little awkward.
When I did my first communion, my mom, you have to go and tell your sins. She's Catholic.
Yeah.
And I couldn't think of anything, so I went in and they pulled the curtain and it's really scary. And I blessed me, Father, for our sin. I'm like a little boy, 7 years old, and I said, Father, I talked back to my mother and I touched my TT. And the priest goes like this, what is that, my son? I said, I touch my TT. And he said, I can't hear you. And I went, I touch my TT. It reverberated all over St. Dominic's.
It's great.
But he hadn't heard the word TT. My mother told me TT. Wow.
It should be a
what does she
campaign.
call
I want a
vagina?
t-shirt that
What is
says
What
that.
is in Filipino vagina?
I think it's.
You think it's?
I think it's.
You've never looked at a vagina and said the Filipino word for vagina?
I've never seen one.
You've never seen a vagina? All right.
No, I don't think I knew that vagina. Honestly, at that age.
You don't know the word. You know the TT, but you don't know
I
the
didn't know
vagina.
that they existed. I was like, everyone's got this.
Wee-wee. Would it be wee-wee?
Could be.
Okay. All right. CJ, thank you very
Hey,
much.
thanks a lot.
It's been great. Find him at Go CJ Hunt. I hate when they go with a dead parent. Where do you go from dead parent? And I'm so sorry, the Mexican thing. I thought you were insulting. Harry, never mind. He was vaccinated and has never acted properly. That's why Harry's with me at all times. I have to say this. Everybody having a good time? I feel like going to a funeral. Everybody going to be really sad tonight? Come on, let's be really sad. Allison Hotard, I also saw here in New Orleans, and she comes from Vacherie, Louisiana. She's been on my show a couple of times, and I just find her funny and adorable, and she's small, and she has an affliction, so she is my favorite kind of person who has fought. She has fought up through. This is like the dead mother thing. She's fought up through nothing but troubles. Allison Hotard.
Hello, everybody. All right, as Jay told you, I am not originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. I am from a small town called Vacherie. I am 100% Cajun, and I really talk like this. That's right. My mama and daddy spent a whole lot of money so I could talk like everybody else. Since you've gotten to know me, I'm going to answer the first two questions I know you all have. Number one, no, I am not a little person. And number two, yes, this is my real big ass. Please remember before you smack it, send me flying across Canal Street and onto Bourbon that it is attached to my body. I have to answer the first question because after my 3,000th bad online date, I said, why not one more? Little did I know that this would make me stop dating forever. He asked me if I was a little person, and when I told him no, he asked me to stand up and prove it. I was real mature, got super drunk, and asked him how he felt if I talked about his hair not growing. But the truth is, I'm single because I date the worst people ever. You can ask my roommate. She gets to meet them in the morning. One morning, she looked at me. She's like, Allie, you bring home the most busted-ass men ever. I told her, thank you. Because of my amazing choice in men, I've been stalked a couple of times. The thing is that I fly a lot for my job, so in all honesty, if the man had enough money to fly all the places I have to go, he really wouldn't have to stalk me. I would just go sit in his lap. My mother taught me important things like looks fade and money never does. The problem with those guys were that they really weren't my type. I'm more of a chubby chaser, because fat men can't run away. I like to watch that TLC show, My 600-Pound Life, and think, man, that girl is so lucky. That man can't run away, and his life literally depends on everything she does and says. That is what every woman wants in a relationship. And I think I could say that because I am not the smallest person on earth. I had to go to a fancy event, and I needed some Spanx. So I went to the dressing room, and I got it on fine. It took me 30 minutes to take it off past that first fat roll. The walls started closing in around me. Couldn't breathe. Started thinking about all those important things in life my mom taught me. Like, did I shave my legs or wear clean underwear that day? At the beginning of my journey, I had clean underwear on. Oh, Lord, but the walls started closing in. I couldn't breathe. At some point, I must have gotten roofied. I was really flattered, though, because you know only pretty women get roofied. So when I came to, the Spanx were off. I looked like I had gone to war. My hair was sweating. My shirt was inside out. Whoever roofied me stole one of my shoes. I walked out that dressing room and the lady said, "Ma'am, are you gonna be buying those?" I was like, "You saw me go in there an hour ago. What the hell did you think?" So instead of going to my event, I decided to do the adult thing and stay home. You know, Jewel, make myself feel better. You know, she has that song about little arms. We know I have little arms. I like to tweet her, "Bitch, you don't know what small arms are." Let me tell you about small arms. All men love me. Yeah, you do. Yeah, because you think your penises are going to look big in them. I'm here to tell you that is not the truth. Just letting you know. So I'm not one of those women that sit at home and wonder why I'm not married yet. Sit at home and wonder why the hell I don't have my own reality TV show. You turn on TLC, they have little women, you know, curvy women, Cajun women. Come on, TLC, you are wasting all that money. You got one show right here, buddy. I got a drill for Christmas. We can redo houses. There are possibilities are endless, TLC. Date a fat man. We got this going. I'm gonna set up my reality TV show for y'all. Y'all ready? All right. I'm at Mardi Gras, sitting on the neutral ground. That's what we see on the sidewalks. That's what we say here, neutral grounds. I got my face painted, got my tutu on. Sitting in one of those ladders, because you know I can't see without that. And all of a sudden, I get an emergency phone call. "Y'all, I got to go catch the gator that just ate my grandma." So I leave New Orleans, I'm in the bayou in 5 minutes, because that's how long it takes to get there on TV. Y'all, I take my netting from my tutu. Woo! I wrestle that gator up. I bring them back to the Mardi Gras and we cook them on the neutral ground. Yeah! I'm gonna tell you one more little story before I gotta go. Y'all, I got a baby brother. My baby brother's so Cajun, he's got the state of Louisiana tattooed on his arm. Inside the state of Louisiana is the Cajun flag. Underneath the Cajun flag in Cajun French it says, "Never forget where you come from." I turned to my mama, I said, "How the hell he forgets where he comes from when he never left your house?" That's my time, y'all.
Allison Hotard. Facebook. They can find you on Facebook.
Yes, sir.
Allison, our Twitter, AMH Fancy.
Yep.
Is that it? Allison also, I saw her at Harrah's with Jody Abruzzo, right?
Yes.
So you've been on the big stage and everything else?
I have. have.
And are you related to the people that had the big bus company, the Hotard?
I'm not. Again, my mother told me, looks fade, money never does. Where do you think she got that from? She married the wrong hotard.
She married the wrong. Are you currently in a relationship? You
I'm single. Surprise.
All right. I'm in 603.
Okay. I got that down.
I'm gonna want to see you and the zombie do a couple of tricks for me later tonight.
All right.
Okay? Yeah. All right. Allison Hotard. I love her so much. By the way, 94 Grace, of course, is Sirius, and of course, 99 Raw Dog will run this again over the weekend. What does that mean? What's that? What is that? You promised this wouldn't happen with the wireless mic. Remember? Remember the panic that I was in? Oh, now the big producer's coming in with that thing. Thank you. What a warm-up he was, huh? Just like in comedy clubs, and you know the big ass beer from New Orleans. This is the big ass tip bucket, and we're going to be passing the big ass tip bucket around. You came in for free. The drinks don't cost much, and if you don't fill it up with money, I have to pay them. So I'm going to pass it around. I may have you, the ninja, pass it around. All right? Okay. So I don't know when we'll pass it around. We'll do it later. Hey, we might have a special guest listening in. Hello, is somebody there?
Yes, it is, Jay.
Ira the Weatherman. Ira, the Halloween season is coming up. What are your plans for the Halloween season?
I'm gonna do. I'm dressed up like a ghost.
Like a ghost?
Yes.
Right. So you're sort of like the Halloween Hebrew, Ira?
Yes, I celebrate Halloween. Yes.
Right. What does Halloween mean, and what does Halloween mean to the Jewish people?
Oh, well, everything. You're supposed to have a good time.
What's that?
That's what you are having. You're having a good time.
We are having a good time. What does Halloween mean to the Jewish people?
I can say I'm dressed up like a casino.
You're dressed like a casino.
That's right.
You're dressed up like a penny slot, aren't you?
That's right.
Wow. I mean, really, where are you right now? Tell us.
I'm in Empire City, Jay.
So you've left a penny slot to come be with everyone here tonight in New Orleans. Let's hear it for Ira the Weatherman. Ira, how much money did you bring to the casino?
Where you are right now, it's 100 degrees where you
Right.
are right
All right,
now.
we don't want to tell them. So, do you have anything to say to the good people that are here in New Orleans that have driven and flown and to join us here for the Jay Thomas Halloween Comedy Show?
Enjoy the show with Jay Thomas and Christina and Steve Gonzalez, and they're doing a great job doing the show.
All right, Ira the Weatherman, everybody. Ira the Weatherman. Booyah! Booyah! By the way, let's bring up Christina Palumbo. Are you in the building? Christina Palumbo, who produces the show. Come on up, Christina. Yeah, there she is. This is Christina Palumbo that you hear on the radio.
Hi.
There you go.
How are you?
And you're dressed as a hamburger?
Yeah, I'm a double cheeseburger.
Right.
Bacon.
Is this on? Is this working?
I don't know. Hello?
Yeah.
Can I take it
You
off?
pop it up just a tad. I'm
Hey.
standing next to her again here.
Double cheeseburger in paradise.
I thought you were going to do like a pizza thing.
Well, you know, I live in New York City, and I don't know if you guys heard about the Pizza Rat. Anybody? Clap if you heard about the Pizza Rat. You can't find a pizza costume in New York City now because everybody has to be either the pizza or the rat. So I picked something else that I eat.
The pizza rat, what does it do?
Well, it was a viral video
Right.
where this rat found a beautiful slice of pizza
Could somebody find it for me? Go ahead.
and brought it down the steps.
Well,
it was
have
amazing.
you seen this? Has anybody seen the pizza rat?
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you in a little while.
So-
And so you're a hamburger instead.
Double cheeseburger with bacon.
You got here at 11 yesterday. Can you list the foods that you've had since 11 yesterday?
I'm so fat. That's like, guys, I don't have to suck in when I wear this. It's great.
What do you remember what you ate?
Yeah, so I've had I had a amazing cheeseburger at Portugal. I had some delicious pizza at Slice. I had some beignet.
It was all in the first hour and a half.
Yeah, no, it was like in the first 20 minutes. I've had a meatball on French. 'Cause I'm picky. I don't like to eat stuff that
So
you
we
guys
went
like.
to,
The bottom feeder food.
No, we went to Giacomo's.
Went to
and they served
Giacomo's.
a salad, and it had a fried oyster
Wouldn't touch it.
on the edge.
Well, I
And
love
the oyster
spinach.
was near the
Wouldn't
food.
touch it.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Fried
And we
green
had,
tomato. Had a shrimp
alligator,
on it. Fuck that.
what
Not
is it?
happening.
Alligator.
Alligator cheesecake with shrimp in it. What are you people crazy?
Right.
No.
Why don't you? Do you not like the taste of a shrimp?
I've never tasted a shrimp in my life.
So what? Come over here. What is it? I don't.
Who wants to fight me? Come on.
What I don't get is if you never tasted it, why don't you taste it, test it?
Because I don't need to know what it tastes like. I'm fine.
You don't need to know, but does it smell fishy to you?
It's a whole thing. It's where they live. It's how they are.
They live in the water.
Yeah, I don't want that. They're on the bottom. They're
Anything that
sucking up
lives in
all
the
the
water.
poop in the water. I don't
Right.
want it. So I can just, do other things. Like if I want a lobster, I'll have French fries with butter. Or if I want to have, the taste of your
French
garlicky.
fries with butter taste like lobster.
Yeah, if you want to have a garlicky shrimp taste, then you just dress that in chicken. It's the same thing.
For the chicken, they live and they shit on each other.
I
and
know.
they
I don't want to hear it. Shut up.
And then the pigs.
Shut up.
Pigs are slaughtered.
All right, with your mouth.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you.
Christina Colombo.
Trying to ruin chicken for me. What are you, crazy?
I got to make a decision soon how I pass out this big ass tip thing. Big ass tip thing. I got to figure out how to do that. We brought it up here and I have the thing, but I don't know how to pass it around. And you can't do it while what I might have to do is go individually, each one of you, and stand over you while you tip. Yeah, and then talk about you. If you go on YouTube, you will see Cassidy Hinahan and his brother. They call themselves the Super Hinahan Brothers. They've been doing stand-up around here for a long time, and the longest-running weekly comedy showcase, the Comedy Catastrophe, which is Tuesday nights at the Love Lost Lounge here in New Orleans, and then they have an open mic. Anybody here want to try comedy? Not tonight, but have you ever thought about trying? Anyone here that has never been on a stage? No, not raise your hand. Say so. Say yes, I do, or whatever. Because they have an open mic that they do. Think You're Funny, and so that's at Carrollton Station on Wednesday nights. And so I've been to all these shows and enjoyed Cassidy and his brother, and now Cassidy Hinahan. Thank you. Hard to follow the old Jew and the Italian.
Don't worry,
girl.
guys.
Good
I
luck
like
to you.
shrimp.
Right, you have to bring them back. Bring them back.
Good evening, everybody. How are y'all doing? How about a round of applause? My name's Cassidy Hinahan. As Jay said, I'm a local boy. Grew up here. I lived here through high school. This is the story. Lived here through high school. Then after high school, I moved to Austin, Texas for a couple of years to do drugs. And sad to admit, while I was there, I ended up experimenting with college. All my friends were doing it. It wasn't for me. I got out. But it's an important step, I ended up back here, but I think it's an important step for every young person to kind of just one day pack up your stuff, move out of mom and dad's house, and go out on your own. I've done it like 8 or 9 times now, and just keeps getting more rewarding every time. But one good thing about traveling around the country and meeting other people is you get perspective on where you're from. And when I tell people that I'm from New Orleans, they freak out. They don't realize that I grew up in the late 20th century in America. They've read enough Anne Rice and Mark Twain. They think I'm a riverboat captain or something. I gotta tell them, no, I grew up in late 20th century America. I'm just like you. I come from a normal town. I got a normal family, My dad is a pirate. My mom is a vampire. My sister is a prostitute. Me and my brother are pickpockets. We got a Zydeco band and a gator farm funded by some kind of shady government deal. just like the rest of y'all. But then it's also fun because people want to come visit. It was a lot of fun in college. I just was like a 7-hour drive. But people pretend like they care about food and culture. They just want to come throw up on Bourbon Street. They just want to give each other herpes and put on Cat in the Hat weed hats and feather boas and just grow donkey tails like the kids in Pinocchio smoking cigars. I was down in the quarter recently with another buddy who grew up here, and we see these kids just acting like assholes, 18 years old, just falling all over each other. And we're just like, man, look at these little pieces of shit. You know, they come to our town and they act like they can get away with murder. And then my buddy was like, actually, check the stats, because more than likely it won't even go to trial. Not a lot of snitching going on here. I saw these one group of kids, they were walking down Bourbon Street and they were like, they had the myth of New Orleans in their head. So they're like promoting shots. Some guy's yelling all these, hey, drink specials, sex on the beach. And they were taking those as literal sex acts. So the guy goes, $2 blowjobs. And the guys are like, get in here, $2 blowjobs, go on. It's just a shot, calm down. And also, like, I'm not a rich man, you know, and everybody loves attention. But I think even I would be suspicious of what's wrong with the $2 blowjob, right? Like, what do you got for like $8.50? Because I'm looking to class it up a little bit from that. I don't even like to eat off the dollar menu at fast food places, but I'd rather stick my dick in between 2 junior bacon cheeseburgers than subject it to whatever the fuck is happening with a $2 blowjob. No, thank you. But we encourage it. As historically, as a city, we encourage it. Sailors, just college students come down, act like assholes, get drunk, puke on the street. An example of this is the first signature drink in the history of the world. The first time a bar was like, this is the only place you can get this drink. It was Pat O'Brien's. They had too much rum during the war, and they had to get rid of it. It's true. They made a fruity drink. They got blown glass to make a special glass. And what did they call it? Hurricane. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the geography and topography of the region, but a hurricane is about the worst thing that could ever fucking happen here. But we're like, hey, hurricanes, fun. Like, that promotes destructive attitudes. If you go to a daiquiri place and you want a blue daiquiri, you know what they call it? Blue crack. You know, crack, right? Anybody else grow up in Gentilly in the 80s? Crack is not a fun thing. Crack destroys families and neighborhoods and teeth. And we're just like, hey, hurricanes, crack, let's party. There's no other town that names their fun, fruity drink out of the worst thing that could ever or has ever happened there. You're not like, dude, just got back from Oklahoma City, had a bunch of those federal building bombs, man, I will mess you up. Oh, bro, I was partying out in San Francisco, Frisco. Locals call it Frisco. They don't, by the way. Had this drink, man, pink AIDS. Oh, man, that will mess you up. It'll mess you up so bad you won't even know you're messed up for years. You'll end up messing a bunch of other people up in the process. The worst example of somebody coming to New Orleans and partying too hard, a couple years back, the LSU Fighting Tigers and the Alabama Crimson Tide showdown for the college national championship. It happened in the Superdome. Alabama kicked LSU's ass. Sorry to bring it up. But afterwards, there was a drunk LSU fan that passed out at the Crystal Burger on Bourbon Street. And there's a video of all these Alabama fans pouring beers on him and drawing Frankenstein scars and penises on his face and drawing stink lines on him. But there's one guy in the background, and he just kind of starts sizing him up. He's looking at him, and the guy creeps up on him while he's still asleep, removes himself from his pants, and proceeds to meat goggles, teabag, rub his junk on the passed out LSU fan's face. And he gets into it. He got into it more than girls that I have assigned a lease with ever got into it on this guy's face. So the video goes viral, and the guy ends up pleading to a charge where he has to do 2 years in jail to avoid having to register as a sex offender. Which normally, we can understand that. I think in this case, if I were this particular guy, I would have just taken the sex offender registry, because think about it. That just means that every time that he moves to a new house within the state of Alabama, he has to go to all of his neighbors, knock on the door, and be like, hey, you remember when we whooped LSU's ass in their house for the national championship, and then that guy rubbed his dick on the Tigers fan? That was me. They're gonna be like, come on in, please. Let me get you a plate of food. Here, let me introduce you to my daughter. But stay away from my son. Stay away from my son. I saw the video. You have issues. All right, you guys are fun. Thanks for coming out. I hope you keep coming to shows. I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not done. I am not done. I am not done.
What, you're not done?
I got one little thing. Yeah, they were just so enthusiastic. One more thing before I leave. There's a huge interest in comedy nowadays, and as the most experienced comedian that you'll see representing locals tonight, I feel a duty to kind of walk you guys through it. There are certain things that people expect from comedians. We're going to do a little quick Cassidy Hanahan comedy class. First thing that people want from their comedian on stage, impressions, right? Instant empathy in the room. You're like, that guy sounds just like Jack Nicholson when he squints his hair, squints his eyes, pulls his hair back. All right, not my strength, but I have one impression I want to do. You guys want to hear my one impression? It's a lot of fun. Been working on it forever. Little setup, huge moment in human history. At some point, man discovered fire. Changed everything. He had to go back to the cave and tell his cave buddies about the discovery of fire. I'm about to act out the announcement of the discovery of fire. I will remove my New York Mets hat for historical accuracy, because they were not founded until 1962. I will turn around. When I come back, I will be that caveman announcing the discovery of fire. Here we go. Dudes, we are gonna get so much pussy. Thank you. I had to translate it. It was actually just a picture of a wolf and a moon. It's in a dead language. So I got an impression. There's another thing that kind of keeps the comics fresh in the audience's mind. That's called a catchphrase. That's something you repeat over and over again until it becomes meaningless. Slap it on a t-shirt. Examples, dynamite, no respect, get art done, right? Those are all popular catchphrases. I've been combing through my own vernacular. I think I got it. You guys want to hear my catchphrase? It's dope. It's really good. Check it out. Yikes. Pretty good, right? Yikes! Yikes! You can use it for anything. You can use it, something terrible happens. You see a dead pigeon on the ground, two alley cats fighting over the corpse. Yikes! Get out of there. Same time, you see a beautiful lady walking by on a summer's day. You tilt your shades down like Huey Lewis in 1986. Give her a nice long yikes. So I got an impression, got a dope catchphrase, but there's one more thing that every performer needs to show their chops on stage. That's called crowd work. That's where I throw away my prepared material, invite one of you into my space on stage to create comedy, use my considerable improvisational skills to just create it, top of my head, seat of my pants, in the moment. Will you do some crowd work with me, miss? Yeah. You're hesitant. I can move on. Will you, sir? No? Sir, blue shirt? You want to do some crowd work? Let's do crowd work right here. It's easy. What's your name, miss? You don't have to stand up. Sit down. It's fine. What's your name? Amy. Amy. How about a round of applause for Amy for being a good sport? Amy, we have never met. This is not, you're not a plant. I am just going to, in the moment, top of my head, seat of my pants, crowd work, make some comedy with you. Amy, what do you do for a living?
I'm a real estate agent.
Oh, shit. All right. Fuck. Everybody shut up. Don't laugh. I'm trying to think. Top of my head, seat of my pants. Shit. Okay. So, Amy, you say you're a real estate agent? Yikes. Am I right? That is called a callback. That's all I got. Thank you guys so much for listening to me. Jay's coming back up? Yeah.
Hanahan. My apologies. You got the big applause and everything else. Now, you and your brother do comedy together.
Yes. I mean, we do some two-man stuff, but we both do stand-up. He's in here somewhere, but I won't embarrass him.
But do you think you're funnier than your brother? I mean, the sibling rivalry?
I think as far as natural talent, he's probably funnier than me, but I'm more experienced
really?
to give you the answer.
So you are better than he is. That's a really like a long way to go. You know.
No, I mean he's one of the funniest guys I know, but I think I'm funnier when I'm doing my best. I have to believe I'm funnier than everybody. You know, like
I was really looking for a joke about your brother. I didn't want to get into a big rivalry.
He smells like pee-pee. He's
DNA thing.
He's got a stupid mustache.
Well, that's good.
Mom and Dad's favorite. So.
Do you have? By the way, a lot of people here. You work besides being a stand-up.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I curse you people out under my breath while I'm delivering food to your tables at fancy restaurants. I am a. And I'm looking too. Barback, waiter, busboy, whatever. As long as you don't mind me not giving a shit, I am ready to go. As long as you can handle that. As long as you got a good dumpster for me to smoke weed behind, I will be there. No more than 25 minutes late. 80% of the time that you schedule me.
Cassidy.
That's my pitch.
Hanahan, thank
All right,
you very
thank you,
much.
Jay.
Thank you, Cassidy. Let's continue with our costume contest. You might have even forgotten about the costume contest. Were you a finalist?
Yes.
You were a finalist. Let's bring up the ninja. You're the ninja, right? We need a single, another single. Okay? Did they ask you anything about that gun when you came in?
No, sir.
No, of course not. Idiots, security guy we hired. Okay. Oh, gee, you had the orange thing. Like nobody could fucking paint that on a real gun. You know, and it's made of plastic. So are all the machine guns. All right. And those almost look like real hand grenades. They are real hand grenades. And the security guard said,
Was there a security guard?
yeah, there was. Jesus. I need another costume to go against. I need a single costume. Come on. Very good. Very good. Boy, the hippie thing is big. How are you, man? What is your name?
My name is Sean. I'm from Seattle, Washington.
Wow, you came all the way from Seattle? Oh, my God. Get over here, Sean. That is so nice of you. I tell you what. Fucking mask. What is your name?
Jake.
What's that?
Jake.
Jake is your name. Have you ever been in the armed service?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Okay, you're not. All right, move forward. And you came all the way from Seattle.
That's correct.
So I want to give you like a little extra point for that. I'm sorry. Where did you come from?
Houston.
Well, that's not far enough. Wait, do that up again. Show that again. You have dice in there. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Wow. Dice shoes. Now, were those real that was worn back in the 70s or something?
They came from your closet.
Okay. All right. All right. Jake, are you ready? Let's hear it for Jake, please. By the way, you win an NCIS script. And your name is Bruce?
My name, well, whatever you want to call me, but it's Sean.
Sean, all right. Let's hear it for Sean from Seattle, Washington. Oh, right. What are you?
I am dressed as if Jay had a daughter. I'm her boss, and she works nights.
Do people anywhere think you're funny? You've tried like two. What do you do for a living?
I'm a cruise director.
I'm sure you are. Let's try it one more time. What is that about? Is that cruise director talk or?
It's Julie from Love Boat.
All right, here we go. Let's hear it for. Wow. Let's hear it for the ninja. I think it's whatever he is. All right, you're a finalist. Thank you. Thank you very much. Wow. A cruise director.
It is with a heavy heart that we announce the loss of our very own Jay Thomas, who hosted The Jay Thomas Show on Sirius XM. Jay passed away on Thursday after battling cancer. He was 69. Jay was one of Sirius XM's original talk hosts, but the lifelong radio broadcaster was also known for his work as an Emmy Award-winning actor and comedian. He loved to refer to himself as the main host and a professional humorist. He started his career as a radio DJ in North Carolina before moving to New York to host a morning show, where he was second in ratings to Howard Stern, which eventually he got used to. As an actor, he was best known for playing Jerry Gold on Murphy Brown, Remo Da Vinci on Mork and Mindy, Eddie LeBec on Cheers, and starring as Jack Stein in Love and War. Most recently, he played Marty Grossman on Ray Donovan. The Mr. Holland's Opus actor will also be fondly remembered for joining David Letterman as part of The Late Show's annual Holiday Quarterback Challenge. He is survived by his wife Sally and his sons Sam, Jake, and JT. Thank you, Jay, for the endless laughs. It is with a heavy heart that we announce the loss of our very own Jay Thomas, who hosted The Jay Thomas Show on Sirius XM. Jay passed away on Thursday after battling cancer. He was 69. Jay was one of Sirius XM's original talk hosts, but the lifelong radio broadcaster was also known for his work as an Emmy Award-winning actor and comedian. He loved to refer to himself as the main host and a professional humorist. He started his career as a radio DJ in North Carolina before moving to New York to host a morning show, where he was second in ratings to Howard Stern, which eventually he got used to. As an actor, he was best known for playing Jerry Gold on Murphy Brown, Remo Da Vinci on Mork and Mindy, Eddie LeBec on Cheers, and starring as Jack Stein in Love and War. Most recently, he played Marty Grossman on Ray Donovan. The Mr. Holland's Opus actor will also be fondly remembered for joining David Letterman as part of The Late Show's annual Holiday Quarterback Challenge. He is survived by his wife Sally and his sons Sam, Jake, and JT. Thank you, Jay, for the endless laughs.
Well, we don't do voodoo. Have you been to a voodoo shop here and they say it has nothing to do with sticking a needle in a doll and it was religious and all? He said Hollywood screwed that up and that's all bullshit. Yet he sells all of the, right, Christina, is that right? And Steve, he sells all the bullshit. And I said, you know what, man? You could be like the fucking Baha'i faith or whatever that is, in a yurt someplace listening to Seals and Crofts albums or whatever. They think that the voodoo doesn't mean anything. We were asked to leave the voodoo shop on Bourbon Street. What is the name of the voodoo shop? Do you remember? What is it called? He's an asshole. Never go in there. Never go in there. See, I like that. That has passion, what I just said. To like him is like, oh, he's okay. That's no passion. I'll never go in there. What's the name of that shop again?
Reverend Zombie.
If you're listening, hundreds of thousands of you all over the United States, Reverend Zombie is an asshole. Never go to his place. And I'm going to get a doll and stick it right on his TT. What do you think of that? He's going to go, oh man, my TT. Somebody Google Filipino for vagina because before I leave tonight, I actually have to know. Somebody in the back said, hey, asshole, that's your real room number. I said, yeah, it was a screw up. Don't come to my room. Don't do that. Don't even call. Don't call the room. Yeah. I'm going to put my penis in some Egyptian magic later. It's a salve of some sort. Right. By the way, from New Orleans, she's a comedian and she is an actress and she's very funny. And of course, you can see her at Raw Honey, where they do sketch comedy. You'll find her in Raw Honey. Molly Rubin Long, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Oh, what a beautiful audience. I'm so happy to be here. I've been traveling a bunch, which is nice, but it's nice to be home, you know. I was just up in New York City, which I love visiting there. It's such a good town. But every time I go up there, I get so nervous about finding a place to stay because it's so expensive. But this last time I was there, I found this ridiculous Airbnb. It was like in this really cute neighborhood in Brooklyn with this older couple. And at the end of my stay, they were like, look, Molly, all you have to do to pay us back is just organize our Tupperware cabinet and continue our legacy after we die. It was my parents. I stayed with my parents. It's weird staying with my parents as an adult because they are very successful and I am telling jokes for tips tonight. So it's tough. For instance, this is very true and amazing. My mom this summer became a judge in New York City, which is amazing. We're so proud of her. And that same day that she became a judge, I got too high and burned my thumb on a candle. So, you know, not a lot to relate on professionally, maybe. No, I piece together a bunch of jobs. I do a bunch of things. Don't worry too much about me. One of my jobs here in New Orleans is I drive a pedicab around the French Quarter. Yeah, I'm impressed too. Thank you. It's hard, but it's fun. It's fun. It's a good job. You know, you get paid to exercise. You get to bike around New Orleans. Like, it's good. But it's also licensed for people to say the weirdest shit to you for some reason, especially men to women because patriarchy, right? For instance, I once had a guy get on my pedicab and tell me he would pay me extra if I, quote, took my hair down and flipped it in a sensual way because he has a thing for women with brown hair. I was like, excuse me, sir, how much we talking? $7.50? I'll take quarters. It's fine. Just call me parking meter. You know? No, that's mild though. That's mild. Like, it gets gross. Like, you guys would be shocked how many times a man has asked if he can make his face my bike seat. Ew. Ew. That's mostly gross because we're talking about New Orleans in the summer. I've been hauling rednecks from Mississippi for 8 hours. It's not gumdrops and lollipops down there, you guys. Closer to the jungles of Vietnam, if we're being honest, you know? A real quagmire. I just feel like one of these days I want to look one of those men in the eye and be like, you do? I dare you. They do it. Men are gross. Let's see. Speaking of gross, I also work with children. So gross. I love working with kids, though. They get so excited to share their accomplishments with you. You know, I love it. Like, one day this 5-year-old girl came up to me and she was like, Miss Maui. You know, they talk all fucked up. Miss Maui, I got an award in gymnastics the other day. And I was like, congratulations, you know? And she was like, everyone got an award. And I was like, your dreams are an illusion. End it now. You guys not into child suicide? That's all right. She didn't listen. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I was also recently let go from my relationship. So that was dumb. I'm single. Sorry, Jay, not single enough for room 603. I don't think. Sorry, no. I'm single. You know, it sucks to get dumped all the time, but I got over it pretty quickly once I realized that marriage is just a game of chicken to see who's going to get Alzheimer's first, you know? Nothing I need to be a part of. Plus, I've been very successful as a single woman, you know, getting that big D. Probably because I'm a grown woman with bangs who says shit like, I don't think I believe in monogamy anymore. And men are like, yeah, I'll put my dick in that. That's, reasonable, you know. It's good. You got to be careful though, even when you're just having fun, being single, not to get attached. Like, I don't know if you guys know this. I read this article recently. Apparently, every time a man has sex with a woman, it releases a hormone in her that makes her listen to every podcast he's ever been on. Do you guys know that? Just a little science fact for you. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know, it's rough. But I mean, being single in New Orleans is easy. We're all just like drunk and sliding into each other. It's fine. I always forget how weird this city is. And a constant reminder is when I go to my gym. I belong to the New Orleans Athletic Club. I don't know if a couple of people know it. So for those of you who don't know, the New Orleans Athletic Club, just a couple blocks away, this is true. It has a bar and a lounge, so you can get drunk, take a nap, and be like, oof, what a workout, you know? Really my kind of gym. It's also amazing because it's been an athletic club in the heart of the French Quarter for 150 years. That's crazy. Like, there's so much history there, you know? When I'm on the treadmill, I can just hear the ghosts of the founding members being like, what the fuck are women and black people doing here? Because that was not the intention of this Louisiana athletic club. Yeah. I love living in New Orleans. I love living in New Orleans mostly because there's so much going on here. Every night of the week, there's choices of things to do. You know, so many choices. And I love choices, you know. You could say I am pro-choices. But, you know, just like ones I make every day. You know, like, should I choose to take that guy home? Yeah. Should I choose to make him wear a condom? No. Should I choose to spend 9 months sober and viciously gassy while a bunch of cells claw their way through my uterus till they're ready to come out of a hole this big, which of course they can, so they're going to rip my flesh on the way out. And then when they come out a crying, screaming monster covered in my innards, I'm fiscally and emotionally responsible for them for at least 18 years. Nowadays, we're like 30. Look at all the comics you've seen tonight. And thank you. At that point, they have their own choice to make, right? They can choose whether or not to blame all of their problems on me. Or I could choose to spend 45 minutes at Planned Parenthood. You know, choices I make every day, you guys, everyday choices. Now, some of you are getting tense. Don't worry. I'm not going to do that here in Louisiana. No. I'm going to take that abortion underground railroad right up north to freedom. Because, unfortunately, Louisiana was named the worst state in which to be a woman. We did it, you guys. We beat Mississippi in misogyny. Pretty tight. Oh, stop applauding. Okay. Oh, it's the hippie zombie. Of course it is. Good. Now, one reason maybe why it's the worst to be a woman in Louisiana, there's only one OBGYN in this state for every 13,136 women. That's not a lot. Like, I was finding a gynecologist, I was terrified. I thought they were all just going to be like a bunch of Cajun alligators who are the head of their men's rights activism groups, you know? I walk in, they're like, it smells, get out of here, you know? It's terrible. Also, our governor, Bobby Jindal, he recently signed this bill into law that shut down 2 of the 4 places to get an abortion in the state, meaning that the closest one to New Orleans is 300 miles away. But luckily, we still have really good film tax credits, so I smell like coming-of-age road trip comedy, you guys. Plus, I think it says something about women who choose to live in Louisiana, you know? We like a challenge. It's like, sure, I could live in California or Massachusetts. No. I'm going to pick my state like I pick my men, broke and disregarding all my civil liberties. Thank you guys so much. Give it up for Jay.
Wow. Molly Rubin Long.
Hello.
By the way, at the end of the night, we're going to put this over there by the door, and I'll talk to you about that later. By the way, I'd love you to star in my Afterbirth tour.
Oh, thank you so much.
I was going to have angry feminists go across the country. And
oh, I'd love to. Anytime. You're a feminist?
No,
Don't answer that. It's
well, you have a hyphenated name.
I do. My mom's
do.
I do. My mom's a feminist. I love her.
Mm-hmm.
She's the best woman alive.
Doesn't that just mean that she's a mean woman?
Nope.
Feminists mean mean woman.
It means she's a proud woman.
All right.
I don't think do you not like women with opinions? That's what I'm dressed as for Halloween, by the way.
No, I do love women with
thing of all.
opinions. No, I do. But what, is there anybody who's a manist that's here tonight?
A men's rights activist?
A manist?
MRA people?
A man? You're one of those men guys?
All
You're
right.
like men. Everything you want to do is about a man.
Mm-hmm.
What's your name? David, you're an asshole.
Oh.
You don't think I'm not a feminist?
Thank you, Jay. You're a hero.
Did your parents know who I was? Your mom?
Yes, my mom. I told you this. My mom, she went into labor with my brother the night that Murphy Brown went into labor on the TV show, and she forced them to play it on the TV.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I was at that birth. I really was.
My brother.
Is there anything in your life that doesn't have birth attached to it, or abortion, or?
No, I'm all abortion all the
control.
time. You know what I mean?
You know,
100%
bloody
abortion.
baby coming out of your body and ripping your vagina open.
That's
you know
how it
what
works,
vagina
Jay.
is in
That's how it
Filipino?
works.
Do you know what vagina is in Filipino?
No, we got it. Google. So
We'll
no one's
Google
Googled
it.
it?
All
No
right.
one's Googled it?
And by the way, send people to Raw Honey Again,
Yes.
which is a sketch comedy group.
Yes.
It's all on social media. And ladies and gentlemen, Molly Rubin.
Thank you, Jay.
We have had a ton of calls back at Sirius XM 94 Greats to stop the boring costume contest. And I'll do it at the end of the show. They don't know what anybody's wearing, and it sounds really stupid, and it's a cruise guy who's not funny, and then a ninja, and there's no video, and it was a bad idea. It was a very bad idea. It was my idea, and I had the 2 scripts, and the contest has been called off. We'll have the contest at the end of the show. Someone will win the 2 scripts, okay? I promise. But it's been deemed boring. It's been deemed boring and unnecessary, and you know. So all the haters called, and on this one I have to probably agree with them. Let's welcome Lane Layon to the stage. Layon from Maurice, Louisiana.
Fellas, I got a question for y'all tonight. Don't y'all hate it when y'all walk up in the club and you see your baby mama and you're like, damn, we need to start exchanging our kid at a different place. My ex-girlfriend's a lot like God because I don't talk to her that much. Because every time I do, she brings up her dead son. All right. Good time. Having a good time. We got any fans of White Zinfandel in the audience tonight, huh? Got any? Let me rephrase that question. Got any swingers in the house tonight? Huh? I do say, if High Life is a champagne of beers, then White Zinfandel is definitely the root beer of wines. You get pulled over, they don't give you a DUI, they just give you tickets to go see Joy Behar from The View. Like, you blew into this, and apparently you have hot flashes. Enjoy the show. I think we need to get rid of North Louisiana, guys. Separate North Louisiana from South Louisiana. Clap if you agree. Yes, exactly. Like, what is good in North Louisiana besides, like, evacuating when there's a hurricane or going duck hunting to suppress gay thoughts, right? Let's get rid of it. Everything 10 miles above I-10, let's cut it off. We give it to them. We keep the name Louisiana. We call them Southwest Virginia. We make a bunch of shirts that say, out of the boot, we the soul. And instead of crazy fucks like that with guns at our borders, we just put jazz musicians, so when they get close, they're like, oh my God, culture, it burns. Go back up to their hill. They go worship their statue of Terry Bradshaw reading a Clifford the Big Red Dog book. The first book ever read in North Louisiana. It'll be a good time. I feel like this way because I am from South Louisiana. I am Cajun. If you guys can tell by my last name is Lagnon. It literally rhymes with ha-ha. Pretty sure Lagnon in Cajun French means don't touch your dick after you eat crawfish. A couple people up here have had burned pee holes, so it's nice. Nice to meet you, my family. Some things about the Cajun culture I don't like. For instance, I don't like Gambit from the X-Men. He's supposed to be a Cajun thief, but I don't know any Cajun thieves that carry around batons and throw flaming cards. I think if he was really a Cajun thief, he'd probably steal copper, maybe put Percocets and Beanie Babies in a Boopuri in the woods, have his own History Channel show about the whole damn thing. Another who I don't like Gambit, because his last name is LeBeau, and that sounds like the most Cajun last name in the whole fucking world, guys, right? But the way that he spells it is that he ends it with a U. I know if you guys are familiar with the names Boudreaux or Thibodeau, but they end that with an X. Or that stupid thing LSU does when they spell go all fucked up. And that is because, back in the day, our ancestors couldn't spell their own last names, so they would just mark everything with an X. So you think about it like that, the original X-Men were illiterate Cajuns. Or how you all know them as mutants. Mutants, yes. My little brother was born with his pee hole in the wrong place. So it's not a Cajun thing, it's just something that happens when God thinks you're a bitch. This is gonna get weirder. Whatever. But my parents made him have. They didn't like make him. They were like, "You have to fix this shit. You have to fix this, or no food." But he had surgery on his pee hole when he was very young, and a couple months after he had surgery on his pee hole, we're at a family function, and my cousins were horsing around with my little brother, and in an attempt to a stop, further damage to his pee hole. My grandmother saw this, and she yelled out this, Jim. She yelled out, "Hey, y'all be careful with Zach. You're gonna hurt his twat." That's where it gets a little bit weirder. Why did she say it, guys? Why did she say it? What do you think? She's old? She mixed up the word? I don't believe in that. I think she was calling his dick a twat to belittle his dick. That's right, guys. That's right. She's kind of old school. She's not too prone to the surgery idea. I think she took him in the back after and was like, "Hey, all that stuff out there about your dick being a twat, I meant that, yeah." You see, God, he put your pee hole in the bottom of your dick for a reason. And when you in my house, you sit down when you pee, and your name is Annabelle. Yeah. I see you got a little Capri Sun in your hand right now. Whoa, hey. I guess I'm gonna take that from you and poke a hole in the bottom of it to remind you where you came from, you freak dick 4-year-old. I'm in a relationship, guys. Yes. I get it. I get it on. I like to play this little game with my girlfriend. In the middle of the night, I'll take a pillow. I'll put it over my face. I'll pretend like I'm a smothering infant. It's a little dark. I'm sorry. She wakes up in the middle of the night. She takes the pillow off my face. She's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I'm like, "Who's gonna be a good mom?" Brings her to tears every single time. Because you can't have kids. Thank you very much, guys. My name is Lane Loyon.
Wow. Lane Layon. What a big finish. By the way, Lane, tell everybody where to get you on Twitter.
Lane_the_train.
That means no one will find Lane on fucking Twitter. That is the worst Twitter handle. I don't know where you got it or what. Lane_what?
You don't like fucking spell out underscore, just like an underscore.
No, I wrote that for myself. Don't put me down.
All
It's a
right.
shitty
All
Twitter
right.
handle.
All right.
Lane Layon, everybody. Thank you. You were great. We're moving along. I've been told legally we have to have the costume contest, and we'll have it after we're off the air. Legally. That's right, legally. By the way, I want to thank the Valentino family again with all the great hotels and the most beautiful view from Basin Street Station of the French Quarter and New Orleans. And now, Mary Devin Dupuis.
I'm born and raised in New Orleans. Yeah. So it means I get to see my family a lot. It's the only downside. My grandmother has a lot of opinions that she likes to share with me whenever I see her. Mostly that it's been 2 years when it's been like a week. But she likes to give me career advice, which is helpful because she last worked in 1945 probably. And she was just babbling the other day. She was like, "You know what you need to do, Mary Devin? You need to be a hospital administrator." She doesn't know what that is. She has no idea what that is. She just knows that it's a job that's better than all of my crappy jobs. And I was like explaining to her, I was like very rational. I was just like, "You know what, Shotzi? I think that you have to have like gone to grad school to do that and like not have been to jail twice." And just like a bunch of really, very sane things. And she cut me off and she was like, "You know what your problem is, Mary Devin? You have no self-confidence because you're stupid." And yeah, I don't know where it comes from. I have no idea. No, but I am a Louisiana lifelong resident, so I voted on Saturday. And I was doing my research on the candidates beforehand. And I was looking up the Commissioner of Agriculture candidates. Whew, they got some real psychos. There was this one guy for the Green Party, and it was good because all the pull quotes were pretty normal. I looked it up on Ballotpedia or whatever. they were all pretty standard, just like, I'm the right candidate for Louisiana because, or the other guy is bad because. And then I got to the Green Party guy and he just started off, pesticides are killing my bees, in all caps. Just dove right in. And all of his promotional videos started off, he had a bunch on Facebook, with him holding a baby goat and just saying, is it on? Has it started? He's a real peach, Ace Jutner. I voted for him. He got 3% of the vote. But voting is important. I didn't vote on the amendments because I didn't understand them. I went to LSU, so I basically have like a good public high school education. And so that's, you know what, that's all the more reason to vote. I can't read the fucking amendments, and I went to college. So I didn't vote on them because in Louisiana, you never know. Like, I didn't want to accidentally vote yes to use like rainy day funds to protest abortion clinics or something. There's no telling. And, you know, healthcare is important to me because I hate condoms. And so I did something, I got my vagina to a real pickle. I had to take this medicine called, I should just do ghost stories for like teenagers about why you should use condoms. Like that should be what I should do for Halloween. I had to take like 6 medicines, so I couldn't drink for a week. I was a real junkyard dog of a woman. You did not want to be around me. And I had to take this one called Flagyl, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's what you have to take when you have a horror cunt. For anyone listening that doesn't know about the infrastructure in New Orleans, the streets are really bad here, and I had kind of made my vagina like a New Orleans street. Like, it should have been closed for repairs a long time ago. And I was still letting people drive down it, but it was hurting their cars. It's gross. It's gross. Yeah, it's gross. Good. And I think that's the last time I usually start with the condom just because I don't want to show them all my cards. And then midway through, I take it off. They think I'm classy. I trick them into it just because I really do hate them. I'm not trying to be a cool girl. I just don't like them. And the last time I did that, I was with this nervous little man, and it ended really quickly. And I was terrified because there was no mess. And if it's over and there's no mess, I'm like, uh-oh. Somebody's going to have this idiot's baby. And so but I looked over furious, and I was like, what the fuck did you? And he was like, I didn't know what to do with it, so I put it in my hand. But he had a fist, and he was holding it as far away from me as he possibly could, like I was gonna try to steal it from him. Like a little kid just swatting it out, like, give me that cum! Give me that! I'm a woman of a certain age, I need that. No, whenever I do that, I feel like I'm just wiping it wherever, yeah. No, but I'll end on this. The last time I used an alternative form of protection, I had grabbed a free female condom. Y'all know what those are? Anyone? No? Okay, it's like an insertive condom, and it's really confusing. And so what you do is I was with a stranger drunk, and I didn't know how to use it, but I'm an asshole, so I decided we should go on that journey together because it'd be funny. And there's like a ring at the top, and you pinch that and you insert it into yourself, but then there's just a lot left, and it just hangs out of you like a terrifying jellyfish. So you have to look at this.
Mary Devin Dupuy.
I'm born and raised in New Orleans. Yeah. So it means I get to see my family a lot. It's the only downside. My grandmother has a lot of opinions that she likes to share with me whenever I see her. Mostly that it's been 2 years when it's been like a week. But she likes to give me career advice, which is helpful because she last worked in 1945 probably. And she was just babbling the other day. She was like, you know what you need to do, Mary Devin? You need to be a hospital administrator. She doesn't know what that is. She has no idea what that is. She just knows that it's a job that's better than all of my crappy jobs. And I was like explaining to her, I was like very rational. I was just like, you know what, Shotzi, I think that you have to have like gone to grad school to do that and like not have been to jail twice and just like a bunch of really, very sane things. And she cut me off and she was like, you know what your problem is, Mary Devin? You have no self-confidence because you're stupid. And yeah, I don't know where it comes from. I have no idea. No, but I am a Louisiana lifelong resident, so I voted on Saturday. And I was doing my research on the candidates beforehand, and I was looking up the Commissioner of Agriculture candidates. Whew, they got some real psychos. There was this one guy for the Green Party, and it was good because all the pull quotes were pretty normal. I looked it up on Ballotpedia or whatever. They were all pretty standard, just like, I'm the right candidate for Louisiana because, or the other guy is bad because. And then I got to the Green Party guy, and he just started off, pesticides are killing my bees, in all caps. Just dove right in. And all of his promotional videos started off, he had a bunch on Facebook, with him holding a baby goat and just saying, is it on? Has it started? He's a real peach, Ace Jutner. I voted for him. He got 3% of the vote. But voting is important. I didn't vote on the amendments because I didn't understand them. I went to LSU, so I basically have like a good public high school education. And so that's, that's all the more reason to vote. I can't read the fucking amendments, and I went to college. So I didn't vote on them because in Louisiana, you never know. I didn't want to accidentally vote yes to use rainy day funds to protest abortion clinics or something. There's no telling. And healthcare is important to me because I hate condoms. And so I did something. I got my vagina to a real pickle. I had to take this medicine called. I should just do ghost stories for teenagers about why you should use condoms. That should be what I should do for Halloween. I had to take 6 medicines, so I couldn't drink for a week. I was a real junkyard dog of a woman. You did not want to be around me. And I had to take this one called Flagyl, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's what you have to take when you have a horror cunt. For anyone listening that doesn't know about the infrastructure in New Orleans, the streets are really bad here. And I had kind of made my vagina like a New Orleans street. It should have been closed for repairs a long time ago. And I was still letting people drive down it, but it was hurting their cars. It's gross. It's gross. Yeah, it's gross. Good. And I think that's the last time I usually start with the condom just because I don't want to show them all my cards. And then midway through, I take it off. They think I'm classy. I trick them into it just because I really do hate them. I'm not trying to be a cool girl. I just don't like them. And the last time I did that, I was with this nervous little man, and it ended really quickly. And I was terrified because there was no mess. And if it's over and there's no mess, I'm like, uh-oh. Somebody's going to have this idiot's baby. And so but I looked over furious, and I was like, what the fuck did you? And he was like, I didn't know what to do with it, so I put it in my hand. But he had a fist, and he was holding it as far away from me as he possibly could, like I was going to try to steal it from him. Like a little kid just swatting it out, like, give me that cum! Give me that! I'm a woman of a certain age, I need that. No, whenever I do that, I feel like I'm just wiping it wherever, yeah. No, but I'll end on this. The last time I used an alternative form of protection, I had grabbed a free female condom. Y'all know what those are? Anyone? No? Okay, it's like an insertive condom, and it's really confusing. And so what you do is I was with a stranger drunk, and I didn't know how to use it, but I'm an asshole, so I decided we should go on that journey together because it'd be funny. And there's a ring at the top, and you pinch that and you insert it into yourself, but then there's just a lot left, and it just hangs out of you like a terrifying jellyfish. And so you have to look at this complete stranger and just be like, put your dick in the bag. All right, that's it. Thank y'all. I'm Mary Devin.
Devin Dupuy. I don't think I'll ever eat sushi again.
They don't have jellyfish in sushi.
Well, yes, they do. Twitter, go to Devo.
Devo Dupuy.
Devo Dupuy. And Mary Devin Dupuy, where are you from originally? Right here?
Yep, Broadmoor, New Orleans, Louisiana.
And what do you do when you're not doing stand-up? You have a job?
I've got 3. Yeah, I don't want to say what they are now that I've talked about that. I work in childcare, and
Oh, yeah. Wow. It's not like a babysitting service, is it?
It's at a school.
Oh, good. It's at a school. Yeah. That's good. Mm-hmm. Well, wonderful. Yeah. Thank you, Mary Devin Dupuy. Wonderful. Let's bring up Steve Gonzalez, everybody, who helped produce our show, along with Christina Palumbo. Steve, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody. How we doing tonight?
Steve's costume is...
I'm Jay as a mailman.
Yeah. Oh...
I was disappointed that he didn't call me an asshole when he
No,
saw
I
it,
didn't
though.
get it. That's how stupid I am.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
We
thing.
got this giant bucket. It's the big-ass tips cup. Everybody can give it to the comics. We're going to put it up front later on after the show.
Yeah.
And when you're taking pictures and molesting Jay over there by the step and repeat, you can give a little bit to the comics.
Right. Okay?
Yeah.
Remember, if you don't give money, I have to pay them.
And then we have
I'm
to
not
hear
kidding.
it.
That sounds good. I'm not interested in that. All right? I mean, I gave him this big fucking break. I don't want to pay him at the same time. I've introduced him to like a bunch of horny truck drivers going all over the country. They're guys that pulled the truck over and are just dreaming about something like a jellyfish hanging out of a woman. They're like in a flying A right now going, oh, man. Oh, Jesus. Thank you, Steve Gonzalez. Thank you very much. Wow. So I'm not close friends with Louis C.K., but I know him from around, and he was in town with Bryan Cranston doing a movie, and he had like a free concert and stuff, and so they invite me to the concert, and I see this guy, Matt Owens, and Matt is up there opening for Louis C.K., and then a guy turns to me and says, hey, for 10 years you've been buying your paint from this guy. This was my paint store guy, and I did not know, and I didn't know a lot of these comics in town, but I think it's a great place for comedians, and I'm glad we could bring everybody tonight. And I want you to know that Matt Owens helped co-produce this tonight and help me get everybody. And now I want you to listen to Matt Owens. Thank you, Matt.
We're gonna do that all night. Woo! Let him hear you, New Orleans! Y'all some good-looking motherfuckers in here tonight. That's you. Are you single? Any single ladies in the house tonight? None? Nope. Not one chick here? You are? I'm looking for a chick. Ah. Yeah. I'm trying to find a chick. I went online to get a chick. I went to eharmony.com. A little weird. I went to christianmingle.com, which I don't really understand. Is that where you pray before you meet at a Starbucks and fuck in the bathroom or something? Dear Lord, baby Jesus, please let things go well. I'm Latino 69 here in this Starbucks bathroom. People are weird on these websites. I don't think people tell the truth on these websites. I think people lie. In fact, I think people lie in general. I think when people are trying to date, everybody puts their best foot forward. No one quite tells the truth. But I'm here to change the game up. And I'm coming out the gate with bone-crushing honesty And I brought my online dating profile with me here tonight. I'd like to share it with you. Let me hear it. This is some serious shit. My name is Matt Owens. My favorite color is blue. I have gray hair, blue eyes, and a slight gut. I'm divorced with 2 kids. My ex-wife's a crazy bitch. My kids are awesome. I have a history of drug and alcohol abuse. I've been to rehab 3 times. I've been arrested twice. I'm a huge mama's boy, but I love to fist fight. I'm on unemployment. I get food stamps. I do not have health insurance, which leads me to the next part of the list. I've had a heart attack, which I had to ride in a medevac helicopter. I spent 6 days in the hospital. Still haven't paid that off. I have at least 3 or 4 moles, should definitely be looked at by a physician. I have a skin tag on my taint. I've slept with an obnoxious number of women, which is weird because I also have an irrational fear of STDs. I cry after sex. I cry during sex. I cry before sex. Let's just say I cry a lot. I have night terrors. So you probably get injured if you share a bed with me. I have to sleep with the light on because of the night terrors. I once got in the trunk of my own car to buy crack. I've been kicked out of 2 schools for selling drugs and fist fighting. I went to college for 9 years, no degree. I got a 0.0 GPA twice. You have to fucking try to do that twice. I should get like a belt buckle or a trophy. You have to say, I ain't fucking going. I'm a huge Jesus freak and I like long walks on the beach and romantic conversations. So if any of you ladies are interested in a huge piece of shit, just let me know. I got some redneck buddies. One of them's the funniest motherfucker I've ever met. And we were standing in the French Quarter today, and this girl rode by, and she had her hair dyed purple. And he looks at me and goes, "Hey, Matt, I wonder if the carpet matches the drapes." What? What are you talking about? He goes, "You know, the carpet matches the drapes." I was like, that's inappropriate. Women are no better either. Met my wife, she was describing me to her friends. She said, "Oh, well, he's got gray hair." And they said, "Upstairs and downstairs?" Y'all are all wondering now, aren't you? Don't worry, it's still salt and pepper. And by pepper, I mean a spicy vagina. He asked me, he said, "Hey, Matt, are you a titty man or an ass man?" Like, dude, what is up with these inappropriate questions? What are you? I'll pull the odds. What are you, a titty man or an ass man?
You, titty man.
Titty man, nice. Sir, titty man, ass man? Yeah, he's nod. Sir, titty man or ass man? Please answer. Ass man, he's an ass man. Sir, anyone in the back? Titty man, ass man? Ah, vagina. Nice. You're all wrong. The correct answer is I don't objectify women. The only body part I pay attention to are her eyes. as I'm staring deeply into them, listening to her hopes and dreams. But I'm an ass man. If you had to nail me down, I'd be an ass man. I got a Twitter account. Who's on Twitter? Anybody on Twitter? Yeah, all my friends, all the cool comedians said, you got to get a Twitter account. I thought, all right, I can do this. I'm cool. I'll get me a Twitter account. So I got on Twitter, and my friend the other day, he tweeted in all caps, high AF. I said, huh. And then somebody replied, me too. And somebody replied, all day yesterday at my mom's house. And somebody replied, love it. And I thought, man, everybody's fired up about this high AF. And I started thinking, I'm cool. I like high audio fidelity equipment. I'm going to find out where I can get some of this high audio fidelity equipment. I asked my friend, I said, hey man, where can I get this high audio fidelity equipment? He said, dude, you need to Google AF. So I did. Do you know what it means? I'm sorry, sir? As fuck. Yeah. So my friend had tweeted that he was high as fuck. I disagree. If you can tweet, you're not high as fuck. If you can operate your telephone, you're not high as fuck. Which brings me to my new Jeff Foxworthy catchphrase. If you can tweet, you're not high as fuck. If you can operate your telephone, you're not high as fuck. I was vacationing with my family in Rome, Italy. And I'd had about enough of them, so I decided to take a break. I had met some friends earlier in the day in Rome. And they've got good drugs in Rome. And I walked out of the house where we were staying. I started out wandering through Rome, and I have to admit I was on a little bit of Molly. Some Holly, some Oxy, some Roxy's, a bunch of Coke, and a little bit of weed just to kind of round it out. And I started wandering around Rome, Italy, and I came to a piazza. Do you know what a piazza is? No, sir, it's not pizza. Good guess with the word there. A piazza in Italy is like a town square. They have these beautiful fountains and it's surrounded by buildings. And it's beautiful. I walked in this piazza, and I looked at the fountain, and I wandered in this side of the piazza and walked out that side of the piazza, and I kept walking, and I came to another piazza, which looked a lot like the other piazza. I was like, oh. And then the sun started going down, and I thought, oh shit, I should probably call somebody. So I tried to use my phone, and I typed in the wrong code several times in my own phone, essentially locking myself out of my phone. But I just said, fuck it, you know, when in Rome. And I kept walking around. It's getting really, really dark. Night was upon us. And I met some street musicians, and they showed me some music. And I met some street artists, and they showed me the ways of the world. And I walked into another piazza. I was like, oh, shit. And then the sun came up. My family got very concerned about me and reported me missing. And somehow I ended up in front of the French consulate. And the little guy came out in his little French outfit, and he said, "Hello, monsieur. Are you okay?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "You come with me. I help you." I said, "Okay." We went inside, and I gave him my information. He goes, "Oh, yes, yes. They're looking for you. They're looking for you. I take you there." I said, "Okay." And he put me in this little car, and we drove over a river. Now, how in the fuck I got across a river, I will never know. And he took me to this precinct, this Italian precinct, where I had been reporting missing. I went inside, and there was a little Italian guy there. He started asking me questions. I don't do a very good Italian accent. He basically said, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yes." And he said, "Do you know where you are?" And I said, "Yes. I'm in Rome, Italy." He said, "Son, you're in Starkville, Mississippi." That's high as fuck. Give it up for Jay Thomas.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. We've heard a lot about feminists tonight. I am womanian. I'm womanian. And remember, you can ask me anything you want to ask me. Go ahead. I won't have my schlong very long. Go ahead. I can take it. Go ahead, shoot. I had a great time tonight. Thank you all very much. I want to thank all of the comics. Thank you. We will have that contest off air by law. And remember, it's Sirius XM 94 Comedy Greats and also Raw Dog this weekend. All these great comics will replay. Thank you to the Valentino family, Basin Street Station. And we are literally out of time. I really had a great time. Thank you all for coming so far away. Thank you. Good night.